Alright, so these are little tiny baby birds. One's a little bigger than the other one. And their nest fell out of the tree sometime over the night.
Yeah.
So we contacted a wildlife rehabilitator, and it looks like these birds are actually Carolina wren chicks. So we have the nest over here, which fell from this tree behind me, and a couple of the chicks didn't make it. But we found the first one just kind of laying in the grass with his mouth open like he was hungry, ready for something to eat, had some ants on him. So we got him up out of the dirt, and then after contacting the wildlife specialist, she gave us instructions. She said, take the other one out of the nest, put them both in a box on something soft, and put a Ziploc bag full of warm water covered with a towel next to them because they have to be kept very warm. But let's take a look at the workings of this nest. So here's the inner workings of this nest, and it's a good sized nest. And there was a little hole in the top here. And we actually had to, on the instructions of the wildlife specialist, we had to take it open it up because there was another baby bird down inside there chirping with his mouth open, ready to eat. And you can see all the straw that's in here, or grass and feathers.
And sometimes they would put trash in their nest. They put anything that they find. They put this in their nest.
Yeah, so they're even taking items that people leave behind and weaving them into their nest. And it's a pretty tightly woven nest, it is for sure.
Yeah.
Now the nest was originally laying on the ground around here. We're not entirely sure where it fell from, which branch, but most likely it came from this tree right here. So it was a pretty high fall for that nest. It could have very well came from one of these branches on the neighboring pine tree as well. We don't know. He's awake. He's looking for some food. He's definitely hungry.
The other one's sleeping.
Yeah, the other one is. And the other one, the smaller one, is the one that was in the grass. The one that's sitting there with his mouth open. He's the one that was still in the nest.
We
had to get out of the nest.
He was the safest one, probably.
Yeah, I guess he was. So look at this long train over here. This thing goes on forever, and it's like a double-decker train. It's got 2 units on top of each other.
It's probably like little things getting sent to the stores.
Yeah, it probably is. They probably take it up there so they can have the delivery trucks come and take them out to the various stores and businesses that they go to.
Yeah.
It's neat to see a train going by, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at this blue one. Look at this blue one.
Oh, the birds.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
That's a beautiful one in this cage.
Yeah, he is.
Just gorgeous.
Red-bellied woodpecker. He has head trauma, and so he has seizures. But he'll probably end up okay. They come in like this a lot, and in about 3 weeks' time, they start getting better. And all right, here's your box. I have 2 hummingbirds.
That was a pretty cool room with all those birds in it, wasn't it? What do you think about it? Tell us about it.
Well, I haven't ever seen hummingbirds up close. It kind of looked like dragonflies when they flap their like little wings.
They did. They were kind of about the size of cicadas or cicadas.
Or they're the size of the dragonflies, like.
They were very small. But that lady had a lot of birds in her house, didn't she?
And outside she had 1 billion.
She did. It's about an hour drive, but the little birds are in good hands. Remember what she said she was going to do with them?
She was gonna, I don't know, I forgot.
Put them in
incubator.
an incubator which keeps them warm. And once
And
their
then she's-
temperature's right, she's going to do what?
She's gonna feed them.
Yeah, she's going to give them some food. So we need to get an update later on to see how they come along and how they make out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at these garlic cheese fries. Now,
Yeah.
You seem to be quite partial to those.
I
huh?
am. They're sinfully one good. They're just, these are actually more drenched in cheese than the last ones that I had. The last ones, the cheese was a little sparse. But it seems like they take them and like toss them in the garlic butter sauce kind of stuff and then melt the cheese over top of them. So, I mean, they're just sinful. Sinful.
Yes.
How are the garlic fries?
Good. I wish the cheese was a little bit more, like, liquidy, because it's all dried up.
Oh, the cheese is kind of hard, is what you're saying? Let's see, take a look at there. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's really floating in the butter oil there, huh? Good flavor.
Yeah. Really good.
Bring it with you.
So I finished eating about an hour ago, maybe. Alex, I notice you're still eating. I would say she is kind of a slow eater.
Yeah, why is that?
Why is that? What takes you so long to eat your food?
I don't know.
Are you just like savoring the flavor? Is that what it is? Savoring the taste?
I think it's a matter of distraction more than it is anything else. She can't stay focused on what she's doing long enough to eat a meal. So I think it takes a little more focus.
It can be boring. That's why I eat so fast, because I get bored with eating. Sometimes I stop eating, not because I'm full, but because I'm just tired, because it's so tedious eating certain things.
I could never get bored eating. Never.
I could get bored. Yeah, like sometimes I can't think of a good example, but I know there have been times where it wasn't that I was full. I was just ready to do something else. Peas are kind of like that. It's like peas. Whenever you got a lot of peas on your plate, sometimes it's tedious to get them on the fork.
I don't think so. I think peas are one of the more fun foods to eat because you have to chase them around the plate to get them on your spoon. It's almost like a game,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Unless you
'Cause
have
they
the
roll-
mashed potatoes, you can roll them up in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but especially the little baby young peas they call them. The little
Snow peas.
no, not snow peas. Just the little baby, the young peas. They're smaller
The peelets.
than normal.
Little peelets.
Not peelets, no. They're just young peas. That's what they call them. And they roll around real easy.
Ah.
Yeah, better than the bigger ones do. So you chase them around the plate with your spoon.